We no longer want to engage in this deceitful diplomacy. In an interview, we spoke about the Ivorian regime. Some Burkinabés got on their high horses and criticized. I say it, I insist, and I persist. We have nothing against the Ivorian people, but we have an issue with those who govern Côte d'Ivoire. We say it and we repeat it again. Let me tell you something. Allow me to tell you something. There is indeed in Abidjan an operations center to destabilize our country. No one can deny it, and we will provide you with evidence in the coming days. We will show you physical evidence. You will understand what we are talking about. No one will come to tell us that in Benin there is no French base directed against us. We have the evidence at hand. Two past important bases. No one can dispute them, and I challenge them. And we have nothing against the Beninese people. There we have a problem with the policy of the Beninese leaders. And we say it loud and clear again. In this diplomacy, we have decided to tell the truth. There are indeed two bases, one towards Kandy and the other going towards Porga, or I don't know which locality. Runways have been renovated to more than 3,000 meters long. Planes land. People equipped and train the terrorists. Over there, we have audio recordings of French agents in...
If we make the effort to always be alongside the private sector, it's also a message to encourage them to continue in this direction. Because they have understood our message of industrialization, of creating jobs for the Burkinabe youth. Investing is a risk. Every investment is a risk, but one must have boldness and courage. And if they had the courage to invest, it doesn't go unnoticed, as he so rightly said. I think the ministry has also done everything to support and advise them. And with the postal bank as well, as he mentioned, this is a message to tell others who are still hesitant to venture into industrialization that now is the time, because this is the very first detergent production unit in Burkina Faso. Since Burkina has existed, we have been importing detergents. How many jobs are created, and the national market needs these detergents. So, we will continue to encourage all those who have taken the initiative to venture into industrialization, support them, and help them move forward so that our country becomes industrialized and prosperous. This is what led us to be present and to help support them.
We do not negotiate. Not a single centimeter of that territory will be negotiated. We won't give anything for a single penny from taxpayers. If the taxpayer gives us a penny, we prefer to buy weapons rather than negotiate. I think we've put that in people's heads to keep us in the war for a long time. It allows us to bounce back to something that we are forced to say, maybe we don't have the intention. I think that in 2020, there were negotiations to hold the elections. So, we journalists, I suppose you've been following along and you know what that feels like? Maybe there are some things you don't know, but for us as fighters, it really hurts. We were on a detachment in 2020. We received the instructions to stop everything that is kinetic operation. That means we no longer leave our bases. We remain static. Already it's a pain. It hurts the fighters, the soldiers to see that. They told us we were taunted. The terrorists taunted us, asking those who were in Kelbo at the time. They called the villagers to tell them, to show them the money in suitcases, to come and tell the military that the government can't fight them. They negotiate with them. They even gave them money. There you go. That's what they came to tell us. So to come and tell the military and the VDP to lay down their arms, people are alive. You can find out. And those who forced them to go out at that time, there were soldiers who were punished. Those who were in Berzanga, they are witnesses. The VDP members were attacked, and they had 3 casualties. The detachments went out to help them bring them back. They were attacked. They were not supported. And worse, they said, who told them to go out? Many people experienced this situation. It undermined their fighting spirit. So the soldiers were discouraged. They no longer knew what that blow was, and it persisted. So much so that people go out in detachments just to sit around. That's the first problem it caused. Secondly, the money that was given to the terrorists, because of that, people saw it. Even those who are in Djibouti can testify. The vehicles that were coming back and forth were able to continue towards Masumu with suitcases. There you go. Maybe in the Air Force, you will have proof. The money was taken out. They took that money. They got equipped. They settled in well. It was from that moment that we started to hear children's voices. At the station, because they paid a lot for transmission, they created a network. And once the network was well established and stabilized, they started to destroy all the pylons. We, our people, can no longer alert us. And them, since they have another communication system, they started to destroy the entire communication system that existed. The third negative thing, it cut the link between us and the population. Can you imagine? They tell you, it's interesting, the population. Can you imagine?